like it's just like you said, you literally did nothing. All you did was put the money there, and now
Yeah.
390% later,
Yeah.
and you've
it's
done
nice.
zero work. So that's awesome. All right, Chris.
Yo, what's up, man?
Chris, it's just the clip.
Yeah, welcome back to Just the Clip, huh?
Welcome back to Just the Clip.
Just the Clip.
All right. What are we
All right,
doing
man.
today?
Investing you some money, dude.
Oh
Gonna
shit.
make you rich.
Yeah, let's do that. I like the sound of that. Let's do that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
All right,
brother.
sweet. So let's tell the people what we've already done behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ways you can go about this, but Talon has a favorite app who he showed me, and then Jared also uses it. I love it. It's an easy app, and you can manipulate it pretty well. It's called M1 Finance. So you just downloaded it. So
I did. And
it's
Talon's
nice,
big
right?
smart, so I trust him.
Big smart, big brain
Big
Talon
smart.
over there.
Big
Elon Musk, right?
Elon Musk.
Yeah. So we already downloaded that, and we hooked up your bank account. So let's talk about the actual. Let's see if it could even focus on my screen right now. But we're gonna talk about. Yeah, so that's like what it looks like. Oh, I'm good. You can't see my numbers, but yeah, it's a pie. All that good stuff. It's like a pie chart, basically.
I like
and
pie.
You're an idiot. Take a day off, Randy.
Try.
So it's a pie chart, basically, right? And you get to, like, you picked your sections of the pie. You want a percentage in here, a percentage in here, a percentage in here, right? So you get to pick what stocks or ETFs you want to be in and how much you want to contribute to each one.
Right.
So it's pretty nice. So what we picked for you, just based off my opinion, it's not aggressive by any means, but it is safe. It's safe,
Okay.
and it'll make you money because over the long run, stock market goes up, right?
Right.
So what
So
we
you
did
hope
with
at
you,
least.
yeah, until it crashes, and then you just buy more, and then when it does go up, like it did in May, like when I bought it, you're rich.
Then it's huge.
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 So we discussed certain ones we wanted to put you in, so we'll discuss that right now. Why don't you tell the people what you're in?
All right. So got a little bit in Tesla.
Okay.
What? All right. So it's not up in front of me right now because we're on
I
the
got you.
other screen.
I got you.
So you got to help me out a little bit here.
All right, sweet. So we did a little bit in Tesla. We did 4 total, right? So Tesla's
Yeah.
1. That's just the individual stock, right? So it's been killing it for me, and I honestly think it's the way of the future. I think it's going to keep growing. So
Yeah.
that's why I want you to invest in it. That's, in my opinion, it's going to do well. Then we have Vanguard. These are all Vanguard ETFs, by the way. We have small cap, so the code VB, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have Vanguard S&P 500, VOO, and then we also have VTI, so total stock market. And again, those are all Vanguard ETFs. So an ETF is basically like a mutual fund, right? Like you're diversified. You're not in one company. Like you have that Tesla stock.
Yeah.
That's just Tesla, right?
Yeah.
But now S&P 500 is the 500 biggest companies out there, right?
Yeah.
So
then basically, I guess you have a little bit of everything.
exactly. So if one company tanks, doesn't mean you're going to lose money, right? It just means, well, okay, maybe I lost a little bit, but this other company is like skyrocketing, so you could potentially still make money.
Yeah, like one can make up for the other.
Exactly. So it's nice to have. And I don't know. I think Tesla just joined the S&P 500. Town will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they just joined. And when that split happened, I think. I was talking to Greg, not you, but yeah, it split. So whatever stocks we did have in it, to decrease values for more people to invest in it. So they basically gave you 2 shares to 1 to help drop the price.
Right.
So that just happened a few weeks ago. So yeah, now it's going back up even more.
Cool.
So it's nice, right? It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
The ETFs, again, those are safe bets, right? I'm in all of the ones I listed to you. I'm in myself, and it's nice to see because they don't grow like Tesla is gonna grow or has grown for me at least already.
Mm-hmm.
But they have consistently gone up. Oh shoot, hold on. The light just went out. There we go. Boom. Um, so yeah, so I can talk about my percentages and why I think they're going to go up for you.
Okay, let's
So
hear it.
keep in mind, I invested during the crash, right? So any earnings you make aren't going to be as significant as this because you're buying at a somewhat normal time.
Yeah.
So my small cap has gone up 70% since I bought it, right? So that's huge. Like normal market, like what you want for a retirement fund, say you invest in like 60 years later, you want to average around 8 or 9%, right? That's a
Okay.
good return. That's like the rule of 72 comes into play, and like that's a whole nother
What's
topic we could talk about.
all right. We'll talk about that when we do the real episode.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It's basically, long story short, it's basically how long it takes for your money to double based off of like interest rate and all that stuff. I kind of just explained it, but yeah, you can get in depth with it. We could do like a whole calculation on it. So if you want 8% and it went up 70%, again, I bought in the crash, right? So this is when COVID first hit. So everyone was freaking out, taking their money while they could, you know?
Yeah.
So perfect time to invest, right? Because everything's super cheap and it's not going to stay like that. As history shows, like it goes up.
Yep.
So that's what my mom taught me. That's what I'm teaching you. If anything goes low, don't freak out and take your money out, dude. Like,
No, stay
unless
in,
it's
you
like,
gotta wait for it to go up.
right. Unless it's like, I don't know, Tesla's just like battery, like electric cars are no longer going to happen, right? Which
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. It's not going to reverse like that.
No.
Then you might, I don't know. Never be an emotional investor. That's number one rule, right? Never be
Yeah.
an emotional investor. Sweet. So that was a small cap, which has honestly been the best out of those three ETFs. S&P 500, 36%, which is still really good. And then the total stock market, that VTI code, 42%.
Nice.
So I've made some pretty good money. It's nice. Honestly, it's pretty nice. And your money's working for you. Like, so see, I threw this in there, bro, and I don't do anything. It's just growing. Yeah. Like,
so this was a concern of mine that we talked about earlier today. What I think is cool about it is like one of the things that I want to do is I'm looking into buying a house soon, and my concern was, okay, well, like because that capital is not in my account, does that kind of count against me when I'm like looking to buy a house? And you said no, so can you explain that to everybody else the way you explained it to me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to, like, for example, like when you were setting up the app, it says how important is liquidity.
Liquidity. Yeah. Oh my
Can't
God,
do that one.
Smart.
Liquidity. And you put like, it's kind of important. It's not like super important, but it's I don't want to not be able to use my money, right?
Yeah.
So this is easy, right? You throw your money in, and then you could sell it. It might take 2 or 3 business days to get it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, you pay taxes on the money you've earned, right? Because you pay taxes, you put your money in.
You
so
earn money, you pay taxes. Yes.
Exactly. Thanks. I'm big dumb, but yeah. So that's exactly how that works, right? So say you make 50 grand, right? Which I hope you do one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to take it out for down payment on a house. Like there's no one saying you can't. You're just gonna have to pay taxes on that. So it might not be your full 50 grand that you're gonna get. It might be like 45, 42,
Right.
So yeah, by all means, it might take like however long that takes to get to your bank, like however many business days, like usually 2 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like your money's in there and you can't touch it. That's more of a retirement fund. So you're not in that. Like this is just you investing.
Right.
You could day trade this if you wanted to, but you would have to upgrade in the app. You'd have to pay for like the premium, which allows you to do like immediate transactions.
Okay, yeah, so you could move stuff right now.
Right, because
Gotcha.
like when this whole Doge, like, yeah, right now, this whole Dogecoin and GameStop stuff, like that's when you would have wanted it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think day trading it's not my thing. Some people make a lot of money off of it, but I just don't want to deal with that stress.
I feel like day trading is more for people who have more time to like really sit on it. Like this
almost
is more
like their full-time job, honestly, because you have to study it.
Because you can kind of like, so from the sound of what you're saying here is like the investments that I've just made, I can put them in and then I can let them sit, and like technically I don't even have to look at them.
I don't. Well, I mean, I always look at it to see how much money I've made or lost, but yeah.
But like, technically speaking, you don't have to look at it. I feel like with day trading, it's more like you got to be on it. And I don't think, like personally, I don't think that would work for me for one of two reasons. Like one, I'm just too busy to be on it all the time, like looking at stuff constantly, seeing what's up, what's down. But then the other reason, just because I know how I am, is I would be on it constantly. I'd be checking it every 2 seconds, and just like I wouldn't want that kind of stress.
You'd also be an emotional investor because you'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't be, investing with a clear mind. You wouldn't,
Right.
I don't know, fear would be driving you basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So those ETFs and Tesla, like I said, Tesla's just one individual stock I want you to be in as well. So, because I think it's just going to keep going up. Like,
right.
I'll talk about that. I'm also in Tesla. You want to know how much I've made? Again, I bought in the crash, bro. And then they split, and it's just been keep going up. As of today, like right now, I'm up 390%.
That's awesome.
I've tripled my money, almost quadrupled my money. So, yeah,
can't
beat
that.
Dope.
And that, and like it's just like you said, you literally did nothing. All you did was put the money there, and now 390% later, and you've done zero work. So that's awesome.
Granted, I wish I put my whole life savings in. Well, because had I known it was going to go up 390%, I'd be rich right now.
Hell but yeah.
I didn't know that. So 2020, right? Hindsight 2020.
Right.
But yeah, so those are good.
And I feel like that's another case when you're talking about this stuff is hindsight is always going to be 2020, and there are trends and there are predictions, but you can never truly predict what something's going to do.
Even the experts have a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Don't know. So another thing that's interesting is now Tesla's in Bitcoin. That was news that hit this week, right?
Okay.
So they put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. That's insane.
Yeah.
So that drove Bitcoin up, right?
Yep.
Which a lot of people aren't aware, and we could do a whole nother episode on that, right? But the thing to know with Bitcoin is it's super volatile, right? So these are safe, right? Like you're in it for the long run. Bitcoin is going to be like, well, if it starts to dip, people are going to sell probably.
Yeah.
So you might lose a lot of money, but you might not. It could all change in a day is what I'm getting at. Whereas these, it's going to take a long time to do that.
Right. I think that's what's scary about when you talk about what happened with like Dogecoin and GameStop.
Well, that's exactly. That stuff's so stupid. Like, I remember I texted Tal, I was like, hey man, like, have you heard about this? Do you want to get in on this? And he's like, no, because I don't want to day trade, and like if you miss it by the hour, you could go broke.
Right. And I was just gonna say the thing is like what they're doing, like they're more. So I watched a really good video that Ben Shapiro did explaining that whole thing. So more or less, what's going on with that is the whole GameStop thing is it's basically a bunch of Redditors trolling the hedge fund guys.
Yeah, exactly. They're just trying to.
So basically like. What's going to happen is like they're basically trying to screw them over, and they're going to hold on to it. Like basically the longer they hold on to it, the better. But like when they decide that they're all going to sell, you kind of have to be in on it and know when they're going to sell, because once they sell, then that's going to kind of fuck everybody else. So that's why a lot of I know the whole thing with Robinhood blocking the trades, they're, as much as it kind of seems like it's wrong, I feel like it's more that they're just trying to protect people from making a mistake and like getting screwed in the end.
That's what Talon mentioned too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Also, my eyes are like killing me. So if you keep seeing me going like wide eyed, it's because I'm like, they're like, I don't know what's going on with my eyes right now. But anyway, that's all this blue light probably.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, but yeah. So you haven't actually invested yet, because I think what step are you at? You linked your bank account, right?
We're here. I got the screen up right here. Asking me how much I initially want to put in.
So, I mean, it's your disclosure if you want to actually talk about this or not.
We could talk about it. We're not talking about insane numbers here.
Okay, cool. So how much do you feel comfortable investing? I know what you have. How much do you actually want to invest?
Well, I'm thinking for the initial investment, I want to start with that 3,000.
3,000
that I was talking about. But then I think my plan moving forward is I'm going to put more and more in each time I get paid.
That's a good idea. Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I know you have more than that, and I would like to see you put more in. However, because you have it in your checking and savings, or is that just one account?
It's in checking and savings, but I have it split up very heavily to
Meticulously?
one and not to the other.
Okay. Okay. Well, think about it this way, right? Whatever it's doing, it's making you no money at all.
Right.
So at least this would be making you money. But
True.
it is very nice. Like I have the same thing where I have the exact same amount as you do actually. Between my savings and my checking because I just like having it there.
Yeah.
But I've realized it's not making me any money. So I'm gonna move it. Like for sure I'm actually gonna invest it.
Right.
But what I would do first, if I were you, just get this $3,000 in, like feel comfortable about it.
Yeah, I want to get my
And
feet wet a little bit. Feel it
yeah, once
out.
you see yourself start making money, be like, oh shit,
I want to get
in.
I want to get myself some experience with it first too. Like I don't want to just rely on what you guys are doing. I want to be able to kind of make the decisions for myself and kind of like find the trends myself and everything.
For sure.
And then I think once I hit that point, that's when I'll really start like dumping more into it, where I kind of like I know what I'm doing. So that way I don't dump like a shitload of money into it, and then I'm like, guys, what do I do?
Yeah, fact. Sweet. So if you want to start with that 3,000, I don't know how it's gonna. I forget. It's been a while since I've done this beginning step. So why don't you go ahead and walk through it?
All right. So we're putting that continue, confirm deposit.
Just like that, you lost $3,000, and it's gone. Like that episode of South Park.
Something went wrong with your request. Please try again or contact support.
You might have timed out or something.
Oh, that's possible. It was sitting there a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Let's back out, and then we'll try it again. Yeah, I'm thinking it timed out.
That's probably what happened. Come here. What are you doing? We want the real OG. He's telling you, Randy, invest your money.
Yeah, this is the intermission right now. So let's look at the cat while I figure this out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mind Randy.
The cat
doing God's work.
Yeah, you want to tell everybody what the cat got us on Instagram?
Well, almost like 3,000 plays on the video.
That's
just no
awesome.
big deal. It kind of went viral.
No big deal, It's just
are you rich? Do you want to make money? Do you want to make money? Oh, he going. He said, "No, Chris. I want food. Put me down."
All right, I'm back to the home page here.
Cool.
It is done.
Sweet. So yeah, it was just timeout. Well, that's good to know. If you leave it up for a while, it doesn't let you do it. Security.
Yeah, so that's good. So we just learned something right now.
Yep. And so we'll talk about the portions of each slice of the pie, right? Since we talked about a pie chart and you can put percentages in.
Right.
So what did we have you do? We had 15% in Tesla, right?
15 in Tesla. Okay. I think we did 30 in S&P 500. Oh wait, I got it right here. Jesus Christ.
That's right, funny. I was gonna say.
So we got. Where's my pie? Here we go.
It might not. Doesn't show you.
The S&P 500 was 30%. The small cap was 30%. The total stock market was 25%, and Tesla was 15%.
There you go. So and I recommended that. Like, you can do whatever you want. I'm not a professional by any means, but
yeah,
I recommended that based off of how mine have performed lately, right? So, small cap's been Gucci, S&P 500's been Gucci, and total stock market's been Gucci. So,
yeah,
like, they're pretty good. Right now, my total stock is sitting higher than my S&P 500, but that's never a bad, and none of them are bad ETFs to be in. So yeah, and like I said, if you see one taking off more than the other, you can just adjust accordingly. Like, there was one time I was only putting 5% in Tesla, and now I put 30% of my investments are going into Tesla. So
what I also like about this. And again, this probably just comes more from inexperience than anything. I like the fact that I'm like picking percentage. Like, I'm not going on and it's like, oh, I want to buy 15 stocks in 15 stocks in Tesla, and I want to buy 10 stocks in Microsoft and whatever else. Like, I like that it's percentages of money, and you're not just and you're not just buying like individual stocks.
So here's the other thing, because I was talking to Greg, our buddy Greg, on Xbox today, Xbox. I don't play Xbox anymore. PC, hot shot, no biggie.
Yeah.
But so he was like, how do you buy, like, you can afford a whole total, like, an entire stock of a company? No, like, that's not what this is for. So
Right.
basically, it allows you to buy portions of. I forget the term of it, but Talon would know.
Yeah. We'll talk about it
But
on
yeah,
the full
yeah,
episode.
right. So yeah, you can just buy portions of the stock. Like, you don't even have to buy an entire stock. So like you said, for Tesla, I don't know what the stock's sitting at, probably a couple hundred right now. But
Yeah.
if you throw in 15% of 3,000, fuck, that's what, 300. That's what, 450,
Yeah, something
450.
like that. Math is hard.
I'm gonna do the math right now because I want to be smart.
Do it.
3,000
Do it.
times 0.15, 450, dude. I'm so smart.
There
Yeah,
it
so
is.
that's $450 in Tesla, right? So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. So you might actually get a whole stock out of that.
So that's
I
not
want
that
to see what
bad.
it's at. Average share price is 371 right now, I think. So, yeah, pretty
Cool.
good.
Nice. See, and
Yeah, man.
I think what's nice about this, and I think what scares a lot of people away, is like you want to buy stocks in Tesla, you see 351. That's
71.
for or 371, yeah. But like either way, to some people, especially when they're first getting into it, like that's a big number.
Yeah, for sure.
And like granted, like I just put right now 3,000 into everything. I liked it as percentages, and like I don't necessarily have to go on and buy a whole stock of Tesla. I can go and buy a half of a share of Tesla if I wanted
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
based on percentages. So that's nice too. And like, and again, that's the learning curve. Like I didn't know that you could buy like a percentage of a stock. I thought if you were buying a stock, you had to buy the stock.
So it depends who you use. Like some brokerages like make you do that.
Yeah.
I think with this new day and age, like there's apps that just allow you to, and other bankers have like noticed that, so they like do the same thing. I don't know how. Like I just got into it like a year and a half. That's when I
Yeah.
started investing. So I don't know that. But
Talon will know all of this.
Talon will know in the episode
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, that's pretty good, man.
I think that's probably pretty good. So that was a big
Yeah.
step for me today.
Yeah, man, I'm proud of you.
I don't especially
I wish. I'm not gonna tell him where. I'm gonna tell him the story you had. You texted me today and you said, "Hey, I found this money somewhere." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
It was where? It was where?
Yeah, we definitely don't want to put out the where because people will be breaking into my house. Although
Oh my
I'm not
God.
against that. If you want to break into my house, you can expect that I'm gonna put this through your head. So, you're
Jesus.
all for it. Let's go.
Take a day, Randy. Take a day.
But yeah, that is a funny story. That it's almost kind of a shame we can't tell that story, but
Dude, it's so fucking
yeah, it's
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So that's cool, man.
yeah, this was good. So definitely a lot of good information right here in this just short span that we just did. But make sure you go on and download the full episode when it comes out, because there's going to be a lot more stuff just like this that we're going to go on about into real detail.